Hi, Diane.
Hi, Dr. Gallagher. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And I understand we're talking about some of the top pet myths, so I would love to hear about them. I guess starting with the difference between cats and dogs.
So the big myth is that cats have 9 lives, which I very much wish were true. I think that got started because cats were always jumping or falling from high places and landing on their feet, so it seemed like they were cheating death. But fortunately, our dogs and cats only have 1 life, and the very best thing that pet owners can do to make sure that that's a long and healthy life is to schedule an annual exam with your veterinarian. You know, you don't just want to go to the vet when they're sick. You want to do a planned yearly exam to talk about vaccines and check their teeth. If they're a little pudgy, you can do a nutritional consult just to make sure that you're doing everything you can as a pet owner to give them that long and happy life.
Yeah, that's great advice. And speaking of pet nutrition and feeding them appropriately, what about table scraps? Are they okay?
Table scraps are not the best. You know, we have, in front of me, I have a 1-ounce piece of cheese. If you feed that to a 20-pound dog, it's like a person eating 1.5 chocolate bars. And if you feed that same piece of cheese to a 10-pound cat, it's like a person eating 3 chocolate bars. So, you know, table scraps are empty calories. You want to make sure that you're giving your dog or your cat precisely balanced nutrition. That's why I really love a food like Science Diet, because it is formulated to meet their special, specific life stage and any special needs that they have. It's precisely balanced nutrition without any excess nutrients, so you're not giving them anything of too much.
That's great. So what about on a more behavioral topic? So people usually think that when dogs are wagging their tail that they're happy, but I know that's not always the case.
It's not always the case. It certainly is the case some of the time, but there are a lot of dogs that will wag their tail when they're nervous or upset. Dogs and cats communicate via body language. They aren't able to communicate with us by talking or vocal expression. So they are very clear in what they're trying to tell us, and we as people have a hard time reading it a lot of the time. So it's important for pet owners to start to look to their dog or their cat and figure out what they're trying to tell us, which I think is a great way to build your relationship.
So what about exercise? I know sometimes our dogs will tell us that they want to go out and they want to run and they want to play. Is it enough just to let your dog out in the backyard?
Oftentimes it's not. Dogs and cats need physical and mental stimulation. So when your dog goes out in the backyard, go out there with them. Throw the ball, play toys, go for a walk around the block. I don't love for kitties to go outside because I think they should stay in for their own safety. But you can make sure that cats have toys inside that will stimulate them. I have here a little food dispensing treat ball that you put food in, and the cat has to bat it around to get the food out, and that's really helpful in engaging their brain.
That's great. Yeah, we love to even play fetch indoors.
Exactly.
So is there anything else that you'd like to tell us today?
I don't think so. I think that, people just enjoy your dog and your cat. They love you, and they are trying to tell you, they're trying to communicate with you and feed them a good diet to give them a long and happy life.
That's great. Anywhere people should go for more information?
All of this will be at hillspet.com, and then my own personal blog, friendshiptales.com, has a lot of, I think, useful information as well.
That's great. Thank you so much, Dr. Gallagher. That was some great tips and advice.
Thank you.